Day 10 of our epic journey to Southeast Asia. We traveled from Bangkok up to Laos. Now originally Laos was called Lao, L-A-O, but the S was added by the French because it used to be a French colony. And today it still has the same name. You can clearly see the French influence. I put the drone up into the air so you can just get a look around. Very much feels like Hawaii, very tropical. When we landed at the airport, I was a little surprised. It's quite modern. I was expecting a little more third world. It is an emerging country. We met our guide, we got on the tuk-tuks, and we headed towards our hotel. As we went through the streets, I said, wow, very nice, quiet, pleasant place. We visited one of the temples on our first day and had a little walkabout as our guide gave us a briefing of a little bit of the history behind the Buddhist temples. In Laos, and this is Cheer, and Cheer is our guide here. And Cheer, you told us a story about growing up. Now, your father was born when?
4 years old.
Okay, and so he lived through the war.
Yeah.
And he lived in a cave during the war.
Yes.
Because the United States was actually bombing in Laos as well as Vietnam. Is that correct?
Yes, because of the Ho Chi Minh Trail passing in Laos and Cambodia.
I see. Explain a little bit about the Ho Chi Minh Trail and why we were involved over here.
According to what happened in Laos, in that time, as we know, Ho Chi Minh cannot go from North Vietnam to the South Vietnam.
Okay.
That's why he asking Laos and Cambodia to come through Laos and Cambodia to supply weapons and food to the South Vietnam.
I see. So the bombing extended over here, and your father, you said they bombed 24 hours a day all the time? Or
yeah,
how?
Parents, grandparents say they bombed 24 hours a day.
And so your father did not get to go to school, right?
Yeah, he only studied in the cave for 2 years.
And then he wanted you to go to school, is that correct?
Right. After the war ended, when I grew up, he wanted me to go to school. He said because he didn't have a chance, so he would like me to do.
Wow. And then you just told us about Buddhism and about the way Lao people believe, and the story up here of the hunter. Can we tell that story one more time? It's a beautiful story. Can you go a little closer to that? And so we get that in the background because it's a beautiful story. Go ahead and tell the story.
This is which the local legend.
Okay.
And the bird, a deer, and a turtle.
They're all friends.
They're all friends.
Okay.
One day, a deer was captured by the trap of the hunter.
Yeah, you can see his leg is in the trap right now.
So the two friends, a bird and a turtle, looking for him. When they saw that, they tried to help
the deer.
So the turtle bite the rope just broken. That time the hunter also arrived. A bird, a deer fast, they run away.
Okay.
That's why the hunter said, this turtle will be my lunch. So he put on his back and he walked him home. That time the other two friends, a deer and a bird, make a plan. How can we help our friend turtle? So a bird came back and flew around the hunter, very close to him. He said, I will kill it for my dinner as well.
So now the hunter wants to catch the bird. He's got the turtle.
So he took off the bag with the turtle inside to put on a small tree.
Yeah.
And he cut the piece of wood to follow the bird to kill it.
Yes.
That time a deer was coming behind to steal it. A bag of the hunter with the turtle inside and run away. And the bird also flew away immediately. So finally the hunter get nothing.
He get nothing. So that's the picture of the bird. The deer grabs the bag. That's the blue bag on the deer right there, right?
Right.
And he's grabbed on his horns and taken that, and then the bird flies away, and all of them are free. And what's the moral? What is the importance of the story?
Story to tell our children that even you are small, but you have to work as a team. Everyone in the team is a key to be success.
Ah, what a beautiful story. Thank you.
Welcome.
So we went inside one of the temples and a huge golden Buddha inside as always, and we saw some of the beautiful artwork and the incredible mosaics. And Laos is very populated by a lot of monks, so you see a lot of them here. And I went down to the river and saw this super long riverboat. It really is stepping back in time a little bit here. And they let their passengers off and they jump back on. They use a bamboo pole, as you see, to push off. It's really fascinating. You know, one thing about this country, the people are gentle, they're kind. It's a really quiet pace. This cute little dog. There's always cute dogs everywhere. I gotta capture some of them. As we walk down the city streets, there's banana trees, and you can see this bamboo bridge. And I went and walked across this. It's very cool. They build this every year. I think it gets washed out with the floods. and allows the people
So
from
there's
one
everybody
side
up
of the
there
river to
watching
come over
us,
to
and
the
we
other
came
side.
all the way
And we had a
across.
great time walking across that. Then they had a great like
Having my
festival
mixed
or
fruit
outdoor
smoothie.
market, and they had fresh smoothies. There's tons of smoothie shops, if you will, just little vendors with all the tropical fruit. And they made one for me with ginger in it. It was excellent. I loved it. And then we all got together and we hiked up to the top of the mountain overlooking the entire city. And it was
I had to
so
borrow one of my own
beautiful.
products to shoot this. Somebody here had an iPole, so I borrowed it. I'm in Laos, and it's beautiful. It's at the end of the day, our first day in Laos. It's fantastic, and we have a great view everywhere we look.
Then Tony and Kyla bought a couple birds and they released them up at the top of the mountain. And then we walked back down the mountain and went through some of the markets and saw where they were cooking, and the food was incredible. I just couldn't believe how good this all looked. And of course I found some fresh fish and I had to make me one. And man, was it delicious, so tender. And here the guy is barbecuing it with bamboo, and his wife serves it to me, and it was spectacular. We had a beautiful first day on our trip across Southeast Asia.